Hey, science peeps, what's up? Today is a important day because it's going to be you learning how to use your computer. Today's August 23rd. It's day 3. Right now, you should have already been in your seat, copied out your planner. Who did that, huh? Here's what you're going to be doing today. We are going to be learning how to use computers and doing our acceptable use policy. There will also be some homework tonight. You have to have your parents sign their your syllabus, and go over Google Classroom with them. Um, that will be on your Google Classroom, which you're going to sign in today to. Miss Bendris will help you do that. But let me go over a few things real quick beforehand. You'll have a Spark today. Yay! But you'll have to get there first. So what you're going to do, oops, got to the assignment first. Again, your homework, you're going to go over your course syllabus with your parents. The link to it is in your Google Classroom. You go over the Google Classroom page for science with your parents, go over the syllabus, answer any questions. There's also going to be a little thing where your parents can sign up to get weekly reminders from Google Classroom. I highly suggest that your parents sign up for that. That way they can keep track of the assignments you're doing. When you're done with that at home, have your parents fill out their name and your name and submit it. And then I want you to go to your classroom and mark it as done. I'd love to see 100% turn in next week on when I look at this for Sunday for our first day, okay? Because it is due by next class period on Sunday. So you have the weekend. You can get her done, right? Right. Okay, so computers today. Big thing. We're going to be learning and using our computers, okay? So basically, you can read this, but we're going paperless, folks. We do a lot online. We use a combination of programs, but are all based on Google. And let's kind of look at some things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do our classroom page. We're going to go to Google Classroom, okay? And you might have done that for some classes. If not, this might be the first time. We'll try and move slow. If you need some help, Ms. Benders can help you, or any of the other students who have done this before can help you. I'm pretty sure most of you have done this before. But go to your Google Classroom, log into it, Google Classroom. Make sure you're logged into Chrome, and make sure that you are signed into your ASD account, because you can't sign in using a home account into Google Classroom. You have to use your ASD Google account, so that your password and your username and password that you were given. Okay, you should have that. So when you're on Google Classroom, if you need to get there, here's what it is. It's basically classroomgoogle.com. This little part back here is to make sure that you are going to the English section. You may not need that. You can also find the icon, the app, and you could also just type in Google Classroom into Google and you should be able to find it, okay? So hopefully everyone is there. If you need to, Ms. Benders, go ahead and pause this for a sec. All right, now that everybody is on Google Classroom, the instructions are pretty simple. On this website, you're going to look for a plus sign. It's on the upper right-hand side of your classrooms. So go to the plus, and then when you click on it, if this is your first time in there, it's going to ask you if you're a student or teacher, and you're going to select student, of course. If this isn't your first time, you're going to be right at the little site where you see all your old classrooms, and you're going to hit that little plus. Now, when you hit that plus, you are going to join a class, okay? You're not going to create a class, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to join a class. And what you're going to need is an access code. Miss Bendris has it. She'll write it on the board for you or tell you out loud. It is case sensitive, so if she writes it in lowercase, copy it in lowercase. If she writes a number, copy the number. If she writes uppercase, copy the uppercase, okay? It should read Block 1 Science, okay? Now, what does that look like? Well, let's look. it will be right here. Or block 2 if you're my second block science. Sorry, dudes, if you're block 2. It's going to look like this, okay? When you first come in, you are going to be looking at something that looks like this. Here's the plus sign right here. You drop that down and you join a class. I doubt you'll be able to create a class, okay? So block 1 or block 2 science. I'm going to go to block 1. And when you get in there, you'll see this, okay? These are your assignments, and we will go ahead and get into these. I'm going to rearrange these by the time you see it, so the computers and science one will be on top, okay? So you're going to go ahead and click on that assignment so you can open it. You also will be allowed to take a tour. There'll be a little icon that says take a tour of Google Classroom. Take a minute and look at the tour. It'll explain what all this stuff is, what the topics are, what the stream is, and things like the about and all that good stuff. So go ahead and look at that, all right? So the other thing you want to do is bookmark this page, okay? This bookmark is that way so you can get to it right away. You're going to use it every day, okay? Bookmark, you go to the site, here it is, and then what you do is you go right here, okay, where this little star is, and you bookmark it, okay? Bookmark this page. That way you can get, and what it'll do is it'll put you right here where all my bookmarks are, okay? Add it at the top as your favorite, and this will, or if you know what to do, you can have it automatically open to the Classroom page when you open up your Chrome browser. If you're a high-speed Chrome user, you might be able to do that. Take the tour, and then again, open Computers and Science. Now, Computers and Science looks like this, okay? This is the document you'll be working on. Once you're there, you're going to get into Drive and see that all of your assignments are there. You're going to learn how to copy and paste. Now, the one thing I will tell you, there's a couple ways to do this. Command Control Shift 4 basically just copies it, and that way you can paste it. There's another way, Command Control 4, and that will put, I think that's what it is. I may be wrong. I don't ever use that one. But it puts it right to your desktop. The bad thing about putting it right to your desktop is that it clutters up your desktop, and then you're going to have tons of files there. And you don't always need to save those on your computer. Most of the time we're going to have you cut and paste and then place them into these little table areas right here. So you'll just put your cursor right here and you'll paste these things. You'll go on the internet and you'll find those, okay? Right now you should not be navigating your computer. You should be, you probably shouldn't even have your computer open. And if you do, close it or 45 the screen so that you can pay attention to this video, okay? Did I catch a few of you? I bet I did. So learn how to cut and paste, and then I want you to do your Spark. You're going to open up and make a new document. You're going to make a drawing, and you're going to add a video to the assignment in Google Classroom. I'm going to let you try and figure out how to do that. Those are the big steps. And then lastly, what you're going to do is you're going to work on the acceptable use policy. Now, this is what it's going to look like for the first couple people that get in here. And what I want you to do, you might have done something like this at the end of last class period if you had time and Miss Bendris had you do this. If not, this will be the first time. But I want you to think about how you're going to use your laptop in science and how you'll be respectful, honest, compassionate, and responsible with using those computers. Go ahead and add stuff to this. If somebody already has yours, come up with something new. Don't repeat what somebody's saying 5 different ways. I mean, if they're saying the same thing, just, don't add it. Go to another area. But I want you to add at least one to each one of these, if not several, okay? At the very end, this document will be full. Everybody has access to this, so everybody will be working on it at one time. So it'll get kind of hard, but it's kind of fun when everybody's working on the same document. Don't hit erase all. Don't be silly like that. Because if you're one of those people, Miss Bendris is going to write your name down, and you and I are going to have a talk first time I meet you, and it's not going to be good. So don't do that. Be considerate. Be respectful of this document, and make sure that you don't delete other people's stuff, okay? We'll go over this document when I see you next Sunday, and we'll solidify this and get with our acceptable use policy that we're going to have for our classroom, okay? So the acceptable use policy, by the way, is one that you have an ASD one, but this one is pretty hard to read, and it's not really a good thing. It's a fail if you want to read it, but it's a win because it's a good thing to make sure that you guys know about. So we're going to go through that, and we're gonna win by making our own. Okay. This basically is something I just talked about, so I'm not even going to go over that. So right now, you're going to go ahead and get your computer open, turn it on, and you're going to get to your Google Classroom, and you are going to get started. Okay? Take your time, don't rush through. Do things well. Make sure you're doing them correctly. If you need some help, ask Ms. Benders or ask one of your table partners. And, remember to make sure that you are following directions. Make sure that you are bringing your computer. If you didn't bring your computer today, I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to sit there and watch somebody play on their computer for an hour. All right? Because you don't get to do that. All right? Oh, another real quick thing. Make sure that when you're looking at the videos under Sick Science, you can look at a few of those. Are pretty cool. But when you do that, please make sure you have your headphones, your earbuds in. That way you're not disrupting people that are also working, okay? All right, guys. We will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.